Hello, Gun Nation. Yeah, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. I'm getting tired of typing back and forth, but it looks like I said hello to everybody. Hello, Richard Jenkins. See, he just jumped on. But I was trying to say hello to everybody so we could get this thing going because I've got a lot of stuff. I got in a, I got something I want to tell you all about. It's actually very funny. So we'll wait till some more people jump in. But yeah, congratulations, CZ Shadow 2 on your C2. I think you will really like it. But have you got to shoot it yet, or you just picked it up from Shields, or have you had a chance to shoot it yet? Hello, Pistol Pete. How are you? You guys have all the cool stuff. Man, you have some cool stuff too. Get that tricked out M&P. Nothing wrong with that. Reloading picked up a DPO. Oh, a P DPO. Yep. Yep. I saw that you had that. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I really enjoy mine a lot. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I was trying to answer, but I was also trying to do 5 things at one time. Hello, A-Dubs. How are you, man? No, I just got home from the store. I'll shoot it Saturday. Yeah, cool. I love the Shadow 2. I got it because of this chat. Yeah, Richard. Shadow 2 is no joke, man. I still have 3 of them, so still love them. It's just a double action, single action versus a single action. I mean, I like to have a variety of guns. I've talked about that before. I think if you can get familiar with all manual of arms, that's even better. So striker fire, single action, double action, single action, and then I think I've got 2 double action only. Need the 2.0 and 10 millimeter. Yeah, I mean it's going to sell. It's going to sell. They wouldn't make it if it wasn't going to sell. I think it's probably good that they jumped out. Smith & Wesson jumped out and did that. But yeah, all right. I want to ask this question. On a weapon-mounted light, okay, on your pistol, you have momentary and you have on. Now, of course, the new mod light only has on. It doesn't have momentary. But I want to ask y'all a question. How do you use the momentary? Just anybody can tell me. Type it in there, and I know how to use it, but I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Because when I tell you this story of a 14 comments this guy left, we were going back and forth. So how does momentary on a weapon-mounted light work? Just curious. I'm sure people are typing away. And maybe that's too much of a pain in the ass to have y'all type all that out. But okay, if you want to turn it on, usually tap it and it stays on constant. Yes. Okay. Here we go. All right. Press and hold, push and hold. Hold the button down. Hello, Redbird. Hello, Fina. How are you? So y'all are exactly right. You basically have the light on your pistol. You hold the button. It's called momentary because you can turn it on the moment you want or as long as you want. So you hold the button down, the light comes on, then you take your finger off, the light goes off. Okay, that's momentary. This dude was saying the Streamlight TLR7A is defective. He's thinking that you should just be able to push the button. You know how you push the button and then it stays on? He's thinking you should be able to push the button and it should stay on for like a half a second. And that's your momentary. I'm like, what the hell would you want that for? Here's his exact, and now y'all can go through and read all of it. This is my TLR7A and TLR8AG video from March of 2020. You can see this. It's crazy. He says, this light has a fatal flaw. That was his comment. And then he went on to saying it, and I was like, do you know how to use a weapon-mounted light? And he's like, oh, I was in the military for 20 years, and, you know, DOD for 10 years and this and this and this. And I said, okay, that's great, because, you know, just because you did all that doesn't mean you know how to read the freaking directions or you know how to work your light. So I appreciate your service. However, you might not know what the hell you're doing. So here's what he told me. He wants to be able to hold the button down and identify his attacker, but not give away his position for 0.20 of a second. He said a second, if you have your light on for one whole second, you're done. You're over and you're gone. If you have your light on for more than 1 second or even a second, that's too much. He wants it 0.20 of a second. I'm like, what the hell are you saying? And this is 14, I'm not joking, 14 separate comments where he says some stupid shit and I educate him. He says some more stupid shit, I educate him. More stupid shit, I educate him. I'm like, you do not know what the F you're talking about. So anyway, he says it's defective and it's a fatal flaw and they should have never sold this light. I told him this light works like every freaking light out there except the new mod light because it has constant on only. I said it works just like my weapon mounted lights, my cloud defense. You've got your, you know, constant, and then you've got your momentary button. I don't know what the hell this guy's smoking, but I have never put out that much effort to try to help someone. And I was like, watch a bunch of videos. They have videos of momentary versus constant weapon mounted lights. I'm like, you know, you could very well just be new to lights. But he assures me that it's a flaw. He's not wrong, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just like, okay, dude. I mean, he kept on and I was just like, man, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. Yeah, I've got 3 TLR7As, and I even have 2 of the old ones. All of mine work great for me if you know how to use the damn thing. No, he was just saying that his momentary, he said his light does not have a momentary. His TLR7A does not have a momentary. And it should not be called momentary unless you can tap the button and it will stay on all by itself momentarily. I'm like, well, if you want to do that, tap it and tap it. Tap it, tap it. It'll come on, go off. That'll be your 0.2 of a second or whatever you're wanting. I mean, I'm like, good God, man. Why would you do that? Oh, I don't know if y'all ever watch Works Holsters, WERKS. He actually does. He didn't just do holster videos. He actually tests all these lights. He's got the dome where he can put the lights in it, and he can check the candela, the lumens. He can check all kinds of stuff. And it's actually, he does a lot of really good light videos if you've ever watched him. And he checks the O lights versus the TLR7 stream lights versus the Surefires versus the new O lights, all this other stuff. And that's just like what I said about O light. I said this a long time ago. They'll peak when they first come on and then they just fall. I mean, and they go way down. And you know what's funny is the Streamlight TLR1 HL usually smokes a lot of them. It even smokes the Surefire over a longer period of time. So pretty crazy, but he's got some really, really good videos. Let me catch back up here real quick. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not trying to say I know everything because I don't, but I can damn sure read directions and I can damn sure I test all my crap. I don't just grab it and start poking buttons and figuring it out. And I'm going to say something else that could piss off. Let's see here. Is he related to the idiot you were telling us about last week, the one who knew everything about the gun ever made? Yeah, I mean, that was the guy that had me pinned at the gun store. I had to walk away from him. Damn, if you bought 10 of those, you could have invested in a couple of really nice ones. Just got to bust your balls, bald. Yeah, 121 gigawatts. The lasers on my Streamlight combos don't hold zero too well for me. Yeah, Rabbi, I've said that even in my Streamlight videos. I'm like, screw lasers. Every laser I've ever tested, I don't even care what it is. Every laser I've ever tested, and I've actually, set in the zero and I've shot it, they all lose zero. That's why I would never ever depend on a freaking laser. And I've said this: lasers are a joke. Now, unless you're dealing with a D-ball or something like that for night vision, that's a whole different ball game. But lasers on weapon-mounted lights are a joke. And most of the people, even lasers like on those little guns where they come on like the Bodyguard 380 and shit like that, most of the people when they're holding them out there and shooting them, through recoil, I mean, it looks like a damn laser light show. They're all over the place with them. And I'm not trying to bash on anybody that likes lasers. If that's what you like, that's your gig. That's cool. Buy what you want. But I see a lot of the newbies buy guns, and then the first thing they'll grab is a laser or a laser light combo. Some just put lasers period on there. And I remember the Crimson Trace lasers where they were on the side of the grips. I even had a set of those that came on a what was it on? It was on a Smith & Wesson that I had bought it used, and it came with a set of that. That's the first thing I took off, and I checked it, and that laser, I don't know who had it before me, or it didn't hold zero, but that thing was way the hell off. I am not a laser guy. Yeah, that's exactly. I've said this before. That's exactly what they're good for. They're good for cats. You can make a cat run up a wall with a damn laser. But hello, Guy Comet. How are you? But anyway, and I'm going to say something maybe controversial, or some people may disagree, but strobe on weapon-mounted lights are the dumbest shit ever. I'm not a strobe guy. I think if you've got enough candela and lumens to really punch out there, you're going to blind the shit out of somebody. You don't need to send them into a seizure. But strobes, I mean, that's crazy. I turn every strobe off on, or turn it off on every light that I own. I am not a strobe guy. Not a strobe fan at all. Let's see here. Oh, also, I wanted to let y'all be aware of this. YouTube is deleting a ton of comments. I mean, I can see them like in the YouTube studio, but they're not going on the videos. Or I'll see them where y'all put them there, and then I'll go in to answer the comment, and they're gone. It'll say comments basically don't exist. Then the person will come back and say, "Why did you delete my comment?" And I said, "I didn't delete your comment. YouTube's doing it." And then also, I've already had 3 today reach out to me and say that YouTube has unsubscribed them from me. I don't unsubscribe anybody, so I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But you might just check your subscriptions, see if you're still subscribed. I don't, like I said, I don't know what's going on, but I don't delete comments, even if there's dumbass comments, and I don't delete people. So I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's see here. I see a regular guy at the range with a laser on a 357 mag. His hands are dead steady. Well, I mean, he must love them. Yeah, I mean, they will. They will. I've even seen people that told me that they went through their own house with their pistol, and they were just doing like CQB stuff in their house with their weapon mounted lights on. And they were like, "This light is way too bright. I blinded myself in a mirror in my house when I was doing CQB in my house." And I'm like, "It's your house. Do you not know where your mirrors are?" And then also, you can do multiple things. Like you can do low ready. And if you shine a light on the floor, I mean, with my lights, it'll light up the whole damn room. or you can umbrella, so you could have your gun, you know, at the high ready and shine it up on the ceiling. You don't have to shine it directly at the wall. And low ready, I'm meaning just a little bit down, you know, not like pointed directly at the ground. I mean, you're just going like this straight up. So, I mean, there's just different ways to carry a light. You know, if you're doing CQB stuff around your house, and I'm not an approved operator or any of that kind of stuff, but, you know, you damn sure don't want to blind yourself. Yeah, but and I understand. Well, I really don't understand. You should be able to say what the hell you want to say. But I mean, I've seen them, like the comment on there is not cussing or anything like that, and they're deleted. So I don't know what's going on unless that person is maybe left a bunch of comments on different videos and they think they're a bot or something. I don't know, but a lot of them are my normal followers. So I don't know what's going on. But you know, like I said, we can't control it. Greg, oh. I shoot mice in my backyard with a desert eagle. Okay. Pistol Pete's probably going to get me banned. Probably get me banned with that one. Whatever, though. Also, wanted to let y'all know I've got some. I'm going to be taking a bunch of time off. I mean, I'll have a bunch of free time. I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks or so here at Christmas. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos catching up on stuff because I've been so damn busy this year. And I've got a bunch of stuff in the pipeline, but I wanted to see if there's anything particular that y'all want to see. You know, and it could be already what I have on my list, but if not, you know, if there's anything y'all can think of that you definitely want to see, you know, please leave comments, and you know, I'll try to get them written down. And if it's something that I don't already have in the pipeline, maybe I can get it filmed. You know, anything in particular that you want to see, like something versus something, or my favorite, whatever. I mean, I'm just giving you some hints because I already have a lot of stuff that I've written down that I'm going to do. Yep, that's pretty much what's going on, Bald. Same here. No, wield and well learned. That's what I'm saying. I can go into the non-approved, and I'm going in there, and there's nothing in there. They're not even in there for me to approve. So they're just taking them completely out of the whole deal. I can't even go in and approve them because I approve every comment, even if they say, "Hey, I hate you," I'll approve it and throw it in there. I ain't got shit to hide. I don't care. Milkman, I have not yet. He's trying to get it to me. I think he said that I think he said he was shipping it out maybe yesterday or something like that. He did have a delay in getting them coded. So, but it's on its way. It's coming. Don't worry about that. So the second I get it, I've got a video planned where you're going to see it without the comp, and you know, in slow motion, you're going to see it with the comp, with the same ammo in both, like 124, maybe 115s also. So that way we can, you know, because I'm curious to see how well it does too. Let's see here. I want to see a Christmas special video on a Taurus. Just an honest video calling it out as trash. I don't even own any Tauruses. I have a friend who has one. I mean, y'all know my thoughts on that. I mean, I don't want to beat anybody up that owns one. I mean, there's a lot of people who have them and they work great for them. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. They're just not for me. I'm not looking at, I don't buy guns just to simply review them and then throw them in the safe. You know, the guns that I buy, you know, I'm really interested in it, and it's something that I would consider carrying and using and have complete, you know, I'm I'm not the budget guy, and I'm not trying to say that in a derogatory way. You know, I've kind of shot a lot of that stuff in the past, and it just doesn't do anything for me. A lot of them have inferior sights to me. They have inferior triggers to me. I am kind of a trigger snob. I'm just going to go ahead and admit it. When you shoot nicer triggers, I can't. It's not that I can't shoot a stock trigger or 6 or 7 or 8 pound trigger. I can. It's just that I choose not to. Hello, Gregory Blevins. How are you, sir? YouTube deletes my post when I include links. They want to deny a POV, a baseless rumor. Can't have me provide proof of my POV. Yeah, I mean, like I said, YouTube is just crazy. FNPS 90 review. I've shot one before. To me, I mean, they're okay. They just don't do a lot for me. I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad. They just don't really do anything for me. I mean, I guess if that's a gun that you have a use for and you're really into them, I'm just really not. Like I said, I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. It's just they don't do that much for me. Yeah, the PS90 that I shot was not mine. It was a friend of mine's. So let me know if you have any, like, you know, if you want to check in on something that I have, or, you know, and I've got some versus videos that are going to be coming out that I'm going to film. So we'll get that out of there. Take care, Rabbi. I appreciate you, man. I own a PS90 and a 5.7 Mark II. They're special. Cool, man. Like I said, I think everyone should own what the hell they want to own. Let's see here. I want to see a shooting comparison on a timer with your G45 19X with a dot and a Staccato C2 Duo with a dot. I feel like there's a point where the juice is not worth the squeeze when it comes to practical accuracy. I would. I mean, yeah, I can do that. I would say between my Glock 19X with the, and it has not a stock trigger in it, it's got an Apex trigger in it, but, you know, a straight back pull with a 2011/1911. I've shot both of the guns, not together, but I've shot both of the guns, and I'll tell you the accuracy in my hands, even with both having dots, the accuracy in my hands is better with a single action trigger. I'm not saying both people couldn't, you know, like somebody couldn't take that gun and shoot it better than me. My eyes are definitely not what they used to be, and my hands, I guess I could say, because I do have a slight tremor. I don't really advertise it, but I do. It just happens when you get older to some people. How about a high-end CZ clone comparison with an actual CZ comparable model? I have done the Tanfo Stock 2 versus the CZ Shadow 2, and those two guns run neck and neck. I mean, they are probably the most two comparable guns that I own, and they are both fantastic guns. Now, I don't have a dot on the Tanfo. However, I do have a CZ Shadow 2 that's not dotted, so I could probably do the Tanfo and the Shadow 2. It's just now, I'm just going to be honest with you, I'm a dot snob. I'm just writing this down. The dots have spoiled me, and I can shoot the dots a lot faster and a lot more accurate for me. So, hello, Big Al. How are you doing, man? Guy sent me a text today telling he has a Karl Walther Wolfenberg Duo P38 9mm for sale. Anyone know what that is? I'm lost. Man, I do not. I'm sorry. I've heard of a P38, but I don't even know what the hell it looks like or anything. But I've heard the word P38. Hello, Floridian. How are you? How different is the optic mounting on the MPA 1911 or 2011 versus other optic mounts? Do they seem any better? I do have the video coming out, a second video on the MPA, because I've got some items to discuss. And one of it is the optic plate system. So I'm going to be going over that. I've got pictures of it that'll be in the video. I'm just going to kind of stick them in there so you can see what the plate looks like and all the other stuff. It does have a nice optic mounting system. It's just very different from what most of us are used to. So I think it's going to be very interesting. I've got another thing that I found on the gun that I want y'all to be aware of, because if y'all remember, I just opened it up and pulled the slide back, put some lube on it, greased the bull barrel, did all that stuff. I didn't take the gun apart, and then I started all this testing on it. And then when I finally took it apart, I found something inside the gun. So I just want to let y'all be aware of it. Remember, I don't hide shit, so you're going to see everything. Put it this way, it was something in the gun that I didn't like on a $3,000 gun. So there you go. Pistol Pete, that has not gone anywhere as far as I know. The Alphabet Boys supposedly sent out all kinds of stuff saying if anybody manufactures it, you will be hammered. And a lot of the big guys, now if you look at suppressor sales, the majority of all suppressor sales are in Texas. It's really crazy. I didn't realize this till I talked to a Silencer Co guy. But the majority of silence or suppressor sales are in Texas. I'm saying as a whole. But if the Alphabet Boys come down on them, for like Silencer Co. or some of these other companies, they sell everywhere. So if they were to blast them and try to shut them down, that could really kill their business. So what I was thinking, and I even mentioned this to them, I said, well, what you could do is you could have a sister company, where it's like a sister, to where if anything happens, it affects that sister company and not you as a whole. So I really don't know. We haven't heard shit from it. There's actually letters posted in some gun stores, and it's that ATF letter talking about it. So I just don't think it's going to take off. Yeah, Hot Pot, he's saying, oh, I love my dots, but I still play with irons. What I did, and this just, I went back and forth for a little while. If y'all remember a long time ago, I was like, kind of going back and forth. But what I did is I pretty much went with dot only, and I shot dots only and carried them for every time I was at the range, it was a dot. And I did that for about 6 months. I didn't float back and forth. I just went to dots for like a straight 6 months. And after I did that, I can still shoot irons. Obviously, you've seen that. They're just not as fast for me. I'm just, my eye, it's funny when I look, I'm target focused with the dot, and you're looking at your target and your dot's getting in the way. With irons, you're usually front sight focused, or you're letting them be hazy, and you can still target focus, but it's just not as crisp, so to say. But rather than looking at 3 focal planes, so to say, your front, your back, all this other crap, you're just looking at your target. So I have just found for me that dots are so much quicker, so much easier. I do have aging eyes. I'm not trying to use it as an excuse, but it happens. And for me, it's just dots. I'm just all about that. So I'm not trying to push somebody to a dot. I'm just saying it's the present and the future, so, and a lot of people are just like, I'm not ever going to shoot a dot. And I'm like, hey, that's cool. Whatever you think. Let's see. Good. Any new dots coming out, Big J? I'm so sold on what Holosun Shake Awake. That's what I've got on everything. What do we have to look forward to? As far as new dots, We've got the Acro. We've got the Acro 2, which is totally enclosed. It has the better battery. It's supposed to be out. I do want to get one when it comes out. It kind of looks like a mailbox on a damn, it's big, but I do want to get one of the new Acro 2s. I don't want the one because the battery sucks, but I'm interested in that whenever it comes out. It's supposed to have already been out. Trying to think. Meprolite has one out, but I'm not really that interested in it. There is, well, and I can't talk about it, but there are two other ones that are coming out from another company. They're kind of known for USPSA stuff, but they will be out. I don't know when. I know they're imported, so but that's going to be an option, and the price point supposedly is really good. I've already seen the prototype models, and they look pretty cool. One is a pure blown copy of something else. When you look at it, it looks just like something else. I can't really say what it is. I think all of you might be better with a shotgun. Hey, shotguns are no joke, but you still have to aim a shotgun. Everybody just thinks you can just throw it out there. Let's see here. Let me catch up real quick. Hello, Rodima. How are you, man? Yeah, we've already got all that Christmas tree decorating crap. Already did the house with the lights. Had to go buy all new lights, all LEDs. The other lights took a crap. Yeah, I saw that new Wilson Combat that came out. It's not the EDC 9, it's the shorter one. I saw their new setup. It looks pretty cool too. From what I understand, they can cut slides on a Wilson Combat if you send it into them. I heard it's not real cheap, but yeah, Tactical Firearms, keep us in the loop on that. I mean, they'll get you fixed up. Like I said, their customer service was really good when I used them at one time. I'm saying I don't have a choice on sighting now. When I look at irons, it's somewhat blurry. I'm 100% optics now. Well, I mean that's kind of me too. So I mean, like I said, it's always good to have options. Options are not a bad thing. Do you think the e-forms will help with waiting times for the suppressors? They are supposed to. You can do a Form 4. You can do all kinds of things. Um, it ultimately it comes down to how long they're going to sit on your crap. I mean, it should speed it up getting it to them, but then if it just sits there, who knows? Hopefully, they said that it's going to speed it up quite a bit. From what I've heard, they're saying it should take some people from 8 months to maybe 6 months. You know, I mean, I remember I got both of mine in 5.5 months, and I was extremely impressed. But that was also when it was a lot slower too. So who knows? Pistol Pete, they do have the 10 millimeter. It's from CZ Custom. It's on the 97B platform. So they do offer it in that, but that's through CZ Custom. You know, CZ, they're kind of late to the party on everything. So I'm sure they might come out with one, like maybe a P10. You know, they have the P10 F in 45. I was thinking they would have the P10F in a 10 millimeter, and that might be their next drop. So who knows? Maybe next year we'll get it, but we still haven't seen the DWX either. I know that that's Dan Wesson, but you know, who knows? know you know, Big J, what's the difference between a 507C and a 508T? I want a 508T badly, but already have the 507C. The 507C has the rounded top, and the 508T has the flat top like an RMR, and the 508T stands for titanium. The 507C is aluminum body. So the titanium is supposed to be stronger, but that's the difference. So you're dealing with the flat top versus the rounded top. And I have the 508T. I mean, it's a great optic so far, but I will tell you this, when I shoot a 507C with that, you know, little rounded top, gives you a little bigger window. The 508 is a square window, so it's smaller. However, it's still bigger than an RMR because you have the, you know, the dog ears on your RMR, so it has to dip in the center. So the 508T is bigger than the RMR through the window, but the 507 is even bigger. So if you're tracking a dot, it does help to have that little rounded top. But I think the 508T would be more robust. Just so y'all know, you can't get SROs right now. No one has them. No one. So when I was moving, or I was going to buy another one, but no, I couldn't get one. Checked with multiple distributors. Nobody has any. Don't buy them off eBay. There's a ton of fake SROs out there, so do not buy one on eBay because 99% will be fake. A lot of fake SROs, so please be aware of that. And you can tell the difference. But so I moved some dots around, and I did put my 508T on my C2. So that is the difference right now. All right, Will and Wild Arm got the El Camino. Good choice, man. I wish I would have gotten the El Camino. I tried to wait for it, but it was too long of a wait. I got the Dead Air Mask, and I really wish I would have waited for that El Camino. Not saying the Dead Air Mask doesn't work, because it does, but it's just, it pisses me off. I mean, I'll screw it on my 22s, my pistols, or my rifles, or whatever. I'll screw it on, won't even shoot it. Won't even shoot. I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to pop it off real quick. I'll just go to, so I'll just screw it on there. Won't even crank it down. Just screw it on there. Then I go take it apart or take it back off. It literally comes apart. The baffles. You got to take the whole freaking sleeve off and then remove. It's just the stupidest thing. They should have done opposite threads on it to take it apart versus screwing it on. But that's what they did. And it pisses me off every time I use the damn thing. I mean, it's quiet, it works, but it just pisses me off. I mean, I'm still waiting on my C2 barrel, the barrel that I'm having custom made through Jarvis. It's going to be a threaded barrel for my C2 to put a comp on it. And man, I should have already, I mean, normally I would have already had it. However, with the steel and stuff like that, there was a delay for them getting steel. So it actually pushed it out. I mean, it's probably going to be 2 more months, maybe 3 more months before I even get that barrel. But like I said, it's just, that's what's happening right now. Just picked up a Beretta 92X Centurion G, and it's freaking amazing. Sold my SP01 Tactical 92X, has an 8-pound double action and a 4-pound single action. That's cool. Langdon Tactical offers a kit for that too, where you could even lower that, I believe. You know, if you want that double action a little lower. Cabela shows SRO in stock. Yeah, but I think if that's the one I saw, they had it in stock, but it was $723 or something like that. I'm not going to overpay for an SRO. I mean, I've got plenty of them where I can move them around. I just don't like to do that. Yeah, I mean, SRO is king for Windows, and I've noticed since I've been shooting an SRO on the C2 for so long, when I went to the 508, and even had the 507 on there. I mean, there's a big difference. The SRO is so much bigger. What I really like about the SRO, and I'm not trying to push a dot down anybody's throat, it's just that's my favorite. But when you have the SRO on there, you have the large window, and it really opens up. Like, of course, I'm target focused, but it really lets your peripheral vision just see everything around you. When you're kind of staring through a small square that's kind of thick, it tends to kind of take my peripheral and maybe tunnel it down quite a bit. Not that I still don't have peripheral vision, but the SRO, I mean, that thing is just an awesome optic. I mean, I love it. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The RMR, I've seen tons of fake RMRs also. So definitely buy from a reputable place. I mean, they even have the fake boxes, or they're the real boxes and the fake stickers. I saw one that had a misprint on the sticker, but yeah, the Q erector. Rodama, you're saying you got the Q erector and it's more flexible than the El Camino. Actually, with the El Camino, you can shoot 5.7, you can shoot 22 Magnum out of it, and on the erector, you can't. You can't shoot 5.7 out of it. So that's why I wanted the El Camino, because it gives you um, more variety of calibers to shoot it out of. And my dead air mask does also. That's one reason I didn't buy the erector, because you can't shoot 5.7 or anything like that out of it. Grand power. Bald and Curious, that is going to be a hill only you will die on. Only you. And I mean, they're great guns, but they're just not popular. They just don't advertise. They don't push products over here. But, you know, once you have a grand power, you never go back. Yeah, a buddy of mine has the Q Erector 9, and he does really like it. Lynx Defense, he likes it a lot. Yeah, Will and Will Arm. I have one of those. It's the new Primary Arms Acss reticle. It's the Holosun 507C, or yes, and it does have the chevron, and it has the big ring. So if you're a little up or a little down, it'll guide you, and you can also turn the big ring off. It's a very nice dot, or very nice optic. I really do like the chevron. It's really a good. It's really a good setup for maybe a newer person getting into a dot, or somebody that's been doing it a long time. I do notice astigmatism. It does help a lot more than a regular dot. The chevron doesn't blister or anything like that, so it's really a nice dot. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, you're correct. Yeah, you can change the length and everything. You're right on that. Yeah, and that is cool. I mean, like I've said before, I am, on especially like a 22, I really wouldn't want to minimize it too small. Yeah, I don't mind a shorter, I guess, a longer can on a 22. But I'm not a big pistol other than a 22. I don't really care for cans on pistols, like 9mm cans and stuff like that, or a 45 can, or I guess it's a 46 can. Um, they really, pistol or suppressors on pistols really don't do much for me other than a 22. I think they're fun as hell. Um, Not that if you like doing it, that's completely up to you. I would only use one like on a PDW 9mm, something like that. I just I really enjoy them on rifles, or PDW like 30 cals, 5.56, stuff like that. Tactical Farms. I agree with you about the SRO, Big J. Just hard to swallow. $600. That will get me a lot of ammo. Yeah, and I mean it's kind of buy once, cry once. If you have to sacrifice maybe a couple of months or something like that. I mean, I'm telling you, once you get one, and I'm not trying to push them, once you get one, you'll be glad you got it. And I've shot the Romeo Pro, the Delta Point Pro. I had another SIG one. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the big one. But I've had the Romeo Pro, maybe it's the Romeo Pro 1. I've had a bunch of Holosuns. I've had the SRO, the RMR. It's just really, really hard to beat an SRO. Really hard to beat it. So I think once you get one, spend a little time with it, I think you're going to be a believer. Yes, I was going to say, I said that before on a chat that Marlin, they got the new Marlin lever actions, and there's supposed to be some really cool ones, not just plain old Jane stuff. They're supposed to come out with like some tactical ones and stuff. Lever actions are fun as hell. I should have never sold mine. Yeah, I get it. The only reason I wanted to have one that would shoot those is if, I ever needed to move it to another gun, or a buddy, had a gun I wanted to test or something. I just liked having more capability. And granted, I do 99% of the time shoot 22 long rifle. SRO is worth every penny. Already took the ouch. Yeah, I really, really do like them, and I've had not one problem with any of my SROs. I did want to let y'all know this too. I did get in the new Primary Arms Gemini Acss Prism Optic. So it is designed specifically for a 9mm PCC. So you can use it on a short one or a 16-inch. The 16-inch, you actually sight it in at 50. Shorter barrel, you do it at 25, and it has bullet compensation and everything, but it's the Gemini Reticle. They just came out with it not too long ago. So I've got one. I'm going to be testing it. I'll throw it on my PCC. I'm pretty excited about it. I do love Prism scopes, so I'll be running that, putting that on and trying it out, seeing what I think about it. But they just sent that in to me, so pretty excited to try it out. Oh, and also I did have my eye exam. I don't know if y'all saw the picture I posted, but I took the slide in with me with my dot so I could check it, with the machine. And people ask, why the hell did you take the slide with you? That's dumb. I got some of those comments. But, when I had those little things on me and they were checking with the machine and all that, I was actually holding it up at about arm's length so I could look at the dot and say clear, not as clear, perfect, awesome, while I'm looking at the letters too. I was just wanting to see what would just fine tune everything. What I found out, believe it or not, I didn't think this was possible. My stigmatism is actually better. So my stigmatism has gotten better on its own without glasses. And I said, how the hell did that happen? And she said, your eyes are like a tissue. They can change daily. They can overcome things, and they're just growing just like regular tissue. So I thought, now she was saying this for an astigmatism, but I thought your eyes just kept getting worse and worse and worse. However, she said my astigmatism now is not as bad as it was. So I was like, damn, that's cool. My prescription really didn't change a lot, just slightly for the astigmatism, but she said, you could get new glasses, but really it's not going to make a hill of beans right now. But my astigmatism has gotten better. It's not as bad. Not that I had a drastic one, but and I still have it in both eyes. It's not just one eye, but it's just not as bad. So I thought that's pretty badass. Put that Prism on a CZ Scorpion. Yeah, there's some things y'all don't know. I don't have my CZ Scorpion anymore. I told y'all that I got rid of some guns a while back, and that was one of them. And put it this way, during the heat, or during the panic buying and all of that other stuff, I had somebody that really, really wanted one. So I did good on that deal. I'm the same way, not too big on cans for pistols. Yes, it's fun, but much rather them on a rifle. Yeah, I'm not saying that they're not fun. It just seems to me like it's more of a novelty other than a 22. I mean, you could do some serious damage. Your little 22 with a can is a freaking sniper pistol. But having a big old luggy can, even if you were to shorten it, it's still going to be loud. On a 9mm, I mean, I have dots, so it shows over the can, but a lot of those cans are really big around because they're set up for a 46 caliber, so to say. Yeah, I mean, my doctors are really cool. Matter of fact, my actual lady doctor who checks my eyes, she actually is a carrier, has her LTC, and one of the ladies at the front desk has her LTC as well. So I've brought them in the last 3 years or 2 years. I brought a rifle one time, just the upper, not the lower together. And they were real cool about it. And they're like, when I come in, matter of fact, when I make my point, they're like, oh, are you bringing your gun? Are you bringing your slide? Matter of fact, what's funny is some of the people there had no idea what a dot was. They were thinking it was a laser that shines on the wall. So I was letting them look through it, and they were like, oh, that is so cool. So they're like, I'm going to tell my husband about that because he would be interested in it. So I didn't bring it up there for that, but all right. See Kim saying, smash that like button. Yeah, I appreciate that very much. But if there's anything that y'all want to see, even after the chat, please leave comments. Just say, hey, I'd love to see this versus this, or hey, can you do a follow up on whatever, and if I can do it, I'll do it. Fuzzfork saying 42 watching and 25 thumbs up. The Scorpion feels clanky when it recoils. I'm not a fan. I'm more interested in the BNT or the Strybog. Yeah, I mean, the Scorpion is awesome. I mean, the thing runs. I've never seen one break, ever. But yeah, I mean, with that large bolt or the block that comes back, you do get that thumping. Not that it's drastic, but when you're running like an AR9 platform, it seems much smoother to me. I know it's still blowback, but you just don't have that chunky ass block coming back at you. And I've shot the MP5s and of course roller delay and all that stuff. I have not shot a straw bog yet, or Strybog. I haven't shot one of those yet. I have shot a BNT. I can't remember the number on it though. It was the small one. I've shot it. It was a pistol, like didn't have a brace on it. It was just a pistol. I shot it. It was pretty cool. There's a lot of money, but the AR9 platforms are very, very, they're just very common. It gives you good training compared to your standard AR-15. So I do enjoy that. You can put upgraded triggers in it. You can put all this other stuff. I mean, in mine, I've got the Hyperfire Eclipse trigger, which is awesome. I love that trigger. And you can just dress it out, put what grip you want on it, stuff like that, like a standard AR-15. So I do like that. And I kind of want to see how far I can go out with this. With the bullet compensation, I think it takes you out to like 200 yards. Or maybe 250. So we'll kind of play around with that and see. I do not shoot any competition. I only shoot to live. Okay. All right. Competition can give you a feel for stress-related shooting. Yeah, I mean, it can. You know, like when you're doing USPSA, I mean, you can either game it so you can just, I mean, just complete speed and hose a course. And then they have a tactical, I've seen a lot of them where it's like a tactical competition. I think that's kind of cool. One thing I do want to take is a low light class. Matter of fact, TGE is going to start offering some classes. I'll be taking some of those because I'm kind of interested in them, and you know, get a course rundown on it and see. I know a couple of the instructors there; they're pretty good guys, so we'll see. Floridian is saying, do you catalog your firearms for reference just in case something may happen, fire theft, etc.? Oh, of course. I mean, everyone should do that. And then I keep all my receipts. So even for like barrels, compensators, you know, slings, any accessories I have, I mean, I've got file folders full of receipts. For one, a lot of that I can claim it on my income tax and things like that. And then another, you should always keep something like that. And that goes the same for a car or a truck. You know, most people, they'll have a car or a truck, and if it ever gets totaled, they don't have accessory insurance. So this is just a tip for y'all. On your insurance for your car or truck, if you have any high dollar accessories, add accessory insurance. Because if your vehicle's ever totaled and you've got brush guard, ranch hands, lifts, wheels, stuff like that, they will not pay for it. If you have accessory insurance, they will pay for it. I totaled after I was finished with it, it was close to 80 grand. And that was even stuff at my cost, and I did a lot of the labor, but it was about an $80,000 Jeep, and I totaled it. And every single thing I put on that Jeep, I was paid 100% for. And it was due to having accessory insurance and also having the receipts to prove it of the true cost. So just a little hint there. Don't just cover your firearms, cover your ass all the way around. The last time I talked to him, he was getting better, but I haven't heard a final verdict yet. So they sure downplayed the Christmas parade assaults. Way more people were affected. Is it because prosecutors screwed up? Yeah, it's because they screwed up and let him out of jail on $1,000 bail. This guy had a record as long as my hand, and he had just tried to run over his girlfriend with the same vehicle. So I'm just like, what in the hell? Yeah, another thing, and I have it. I don't know if I have every one of them on it now, but I actually did take videos of all of my. I've got them on my computer. I've got videos of a lot of the guns laid out where I show the serial numbers also. So that's a good thing to do. Even video stuff around your house, because a lot of that stuff you might not be able to replace. You know, like if we have a custom couch, and it's not cheap, but if the house ever burnt down, it would probably just be a frame. Even, I mean, they would be like, okay, that's a couch. They wouldn't be able to tell what kind of couch it is. So when we did our, you know, home, went through and filmed all that stuff too. And of course, we've got the receipts. Guy comment, man, if anything, I'm just telling you, if that gun was stolen, you would have to give them the serial number. I mean, because I'm telling you, if you have a gun that's stolen, you want them to have the serial number just in case it's used in a crime. It doesn't go against you. And it's the same for insurance. So I wasn't hesitant about doing it. I mean, put it this way, I've been with the same insurance for 25 years, and they know if they ever let that out, they would be held to pay. So, I mean, you know, and I mean, trust me, I'm not for gun registries or any of that crap, but every time you do a 4473 with that serial number, they know you bought it. So if they really wanted to dig and go back in there, they could find it out. However, that stuff is held by the gun shop, by the FFL, and not sent in. But there you go. Matter of fact, even on my home policy, for all the tools that I have, Snap-on tools, Mac tools, all that stuff, that shit's not cheap either. And if it's ever stolen or ever damaged in a fire, I want to get paid for all of those tools and the toolboxes and everything else. So, I told them all that stuff too. I mean, you just want to let them know what you have, because if something ever happens, you want all that shit paid for. So. Yeah, I mean, I always use my LTC, so that does just give them an authorization number. But I'm just saying, the LTC has to hold on to that record for what, 7 years. So, I mean, there's a way to track it, but they're supposed to keep them for 7 years. Because I could have swore they said 7 years. I could be wrong, but I didn't think it was 6 months. I thought it was longer than that. See if there's anything else. Oh, I had somebody ask me, I wanted to ask y'all about it. Bug out bags. Do y'all have a bug out bag in every vehicle and then one for your home also? Or do you just have a bug out bag only in your vehicle or only at home? I was asked that, and I've got them in the vehicles, of course, dominantly my vehicle. And I don't keep any guns in there, not guns, but was just curious if y'all make bug out bags, if y'all have them like all over the place, or if you only have one, or if you don't even mess with that. Just curious. No, I'm not. I'm not in the Russian mafia. I do remember though, when I went to my grandmother's funeral. This was a long, long time ago. I wore a black suit, had my hair slicked back like I do, had sunglasses on because, of course, it was outdoor, and we had immediate family there, immediate family on both sides that were there, and then we had a lot of friends that were there. And I was standing up on the side over there, and a lot of people were asking if I was Secret Service, and then a couple of people asked if I was in the mafia. I mean, they were asking other people, and my relatives would come and say, "Hey, that guy thinks you're in the mafia." I was like, "No, not in the mafia." But then they were asking if I was Secret Service. I don't know if they saw the gun or what, but I didn't really care about it. All right, small one in the vehicle, large one in the home. I have a get home bag in my car. Only one, move it back and forth. Bug out bag for each member of the house if we have to get out of town or our farmland. Same here, recently downsized it since I don't go anywhere. My plan is to stay and fight to the death if necessary. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people, say, "Hey, I'm going to stay in my house and da 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 and do this," and that's the only thing. If you're in the city and you've got a mob and you're stuck in a home, I mean, they could burn that bitch down, and you and your family are in it. So it's just something to think about. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you can see them coming, from like, way far away, yeah, that's a whole different ball game. But you just never know. So I guess just plan accordingly, or at least have some sort of a plan. I know we can't prepare for everything that could happen, and that's like a lot of people, they're like, "Yeah, I got all this guns and all this other stuff." And I'm like, yeah, but if you got to jet out of there, you can't take all that shit with you. You can't start loading up safes. That's not going to work. So, bugging in is ideal, but got to have a consistent plan to escape the crowd. Yeah. I mean, you just never know. You could sandbag up and you could post up at your front window, become a gunner. Let's see here. That's pretty much all I have. You know, and I will say this. Someone asked this question, and man, this is a really hard one. And to be honest with you, I've been thinking about it since they asked me. And I don't know if I've ever been asked this question, but it was, what is my least favorite polymer gun? And I'm assuming they didn't say that you own, but I'm assuming that's what they're meaning. I mean, there's a lot of unfavorite polymer guns that I've played with, but not that I've physically owned. And I was just trying to think, man, what is one that I own that I just really don't like? And I mean, I've been going through everything in my head, and I've just been like, I can't think of it. I mean, you know, I could bust on Glock and say, oh, I hate Glock and all that crap. You know, the way that I've got mine or my two, you know, I've had the grips molded. I mean, they're all customized, so it matches my hand way better than just a stock squared Glock. So I really can't say I hate the gun. Um, I mean, are they my favorite? No, but I mean, like my 19X shoots really, really good, and I shoot it good. Um, but man, polymer gun. I mean, I guess I would have to say Glock. I guess if I have to pick one, but I really like it. So, or you know, like them the way I've done them. Damn. I mean, I've been running through my head trying to think of them, and I'm like, do I have something that you know that I'm forgetting? And trust me, I forget some guns that I have. I'll look in the safe sometimes and be like, crap, forgot I even had that. You know, that is one thing, C Kim, that I don't have. I'll be straight up honest with you. I don't have a gas mask. Probably need to get some, but I don't have any. So that is one thing I do not have. Pistol Pete saying Glock. Pranik's going to take over the cul-de-sac. Willow, I will bug in and be the moonshiner. No one kills a bootlegger or a moonshiner. Yeah, but hey, they might want your stuff for Molotov cocktails. You never know. Yeah, I don't like the Ruger American at all, but I don't own one. I do not like that one at all. Yeah, Richard, you know, I mean, if I owned a Taurus, I would probably say that, but I don't own one. So, you know, there's a lot that I guess I could pick them out and say, oh, I don't like this particular gun, but that's why I don't own it. So, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I was going to say, Will and Well Arm could just keep us all mooned up and we'd be good to go. But if y'all can think of anything that you want to see, you know, with the time I'm going to be off, I know I did get something in. Um, I'll just say it this way: it goes on a battle belt, and it's actually really nice. I really do like it. So I'll be showing that. It has to do with, well, I won't give it away just yet, but it does go on a battle belt, or you could put it on other belts. But I have chosen to put it on the battle belt, and I've been playing with it, and I actually really like it. So, yeah, I could say that. I actually could say that. Guy comment. You brought it up, and he said mine was the car P380, which I sold. Okay, I had a car CM9, I think is what it was. I had that thing for about a freaking week. That thing was a piece of shit. I hated that gun. I couldn't believe I bought it. I just got it at a smoking price. That's the only reason I bought it. That gun, I hated it. It was horrible. And I did own it, so I guess I could say that, but I don't own it currently. I haven't owned it in many, many years. That was like freaking 10 years ago or longer. Let's see here. CZ Shadow 2 saying, did Roger make it? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, I missed this one. How or have you identified and located your quick get out firearms? Yes, I do have them. Um, I do have them pretty much ready to go. Um, I have multiple safes, so I kind of have a quick. Well, I have one that they're bagged and ready to go. They're actually in there in the bags. So yes, I could definitely grab it and go. That's what I try to keep those where I could just bolt with them. And I've got an ammo bag that's loaded with multiple kinds of ammo. If y'all ever seen it in some pictures and videos, it's the orange bag. It's a pretty badass bag. It's specially made for just that. I had that little 9mm Kimber. Think that thing. I think that thing sucked. Went on Gunbroker in a week. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason keeping stuff if you really don't like them. I had a SIG P250 double action only. It sucked, sold it fast. I've never owned one of those, but I've shot one, and I see why you got rid of it. I wasn't a fan of it either. Again, it wasn't mine. It was a buddy of mine's, and he had it as like a go bag gun, and he would shoot it periodically. And he's like, "Have you ever shot one of these?" And I was like, "No." I tried it, and I was like, "Yeah, that thing sucked." Let's see here. Do all Holosuns have same footprint as RMR? Looking to get one mounting plate for Staccato P Duo. Yes, they do have the RMR footprint. However, I will say this: when you're getting your Staccato plates, they have post. So it's two little tiny metal posts, and you stick them in the front, and they make a post set for an RMR. So you will want to order an RMR plate, and it comes with the RMR post, but they also offer Holosun post because they're a little shorter. So, or I think they're a little shorter or a little longer. But you might have to order it and then call in. You can probably talk to Cindy. I think her name's Cindy. And you could tell her that you want to buy the additional post for your Holosun because they are different post. Same plate, different post. And I've got the post for the Holosun and for the RMR. And then, of course, your SRO and RMR use the RMR versions. Your Holosun uses the Holosun post. However, and I don't know why they make them different. I don't know why they have the different post, but someone told me they got the Holosun post or maybe the RMR post, and they worked for both, but the Holosuns are either a little taller or a little shorter, and it just gives it a better, more precise fit. So 507K won't fit a Shield Plus without grinding down the post. Yeah, like on the Hellcat, you got to grind them down. So. Yeah, I'm sorry. If it's the 50, what is it? The 509? Yeah, it's the 509 has a whole different footprint. So if you're getting a Holosun 507 or 509, you will have to get that plate. You put a Swamp Fox on it. Okay. Yeah. I just don't have a lot of experience with Swamp Fox. I've only shot one, but it was way, way back when they first came out. I don't have any experience with the new ones, so I don't know. But like I said, the next one I'll probably get will probably be the Acro P2, the 2 version with the bigger battery. I probably will get one of those little mailboxes and try it out, see what I think about it. I don't know what the hell I'll put it on, but I guess we'll figure that out. All right, well, let's go ahead and shut this down. I appreciate all y'all so much for being on. You know, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will have a bunch of videos coming, so stand by. And I do have one on the Masterpiece Arms 2011 that'll be coming soon, maybe even this weekend. I'm just going to be going over a lot of things that I've found out about it, some things I see on it, and I've got pictures of everything, so you'll see it in the video. I'll show the mounting plates, what I think about it. I'm just going to kind of do an overview of everything because I have shot it again. Other than the videos y'all have seen, I have went and shot it again. So I'll be giving my opinion on that after the fact, and sharing what I've learned with it, what it likes, what it dislikes, all that good stuff. And we'll go from there. But I haven't seen Kathleen. I don't know. Yeah, she hadn't been on like 2 or 3. Hopefully everything's okay. I haven't seen her. I hope I didn't make her mad. So, but I appreciate all y'all so much for being on. If you have any questions or comments, leave them after the chat. I'll try to get to them as quick as possible. Thanks, everyone. And we will do this next Wednesday also. We'll get this going. Hopefully I do get that comp soon for the staccato so I can get that test done. Hopefully it'll be there by the time I get home, if not this weekend, and we'll get some stuff going on it because I'm pretty excited to put it on. However, when I put the comp on the P, just so y'all know this, with the comp on the P, it will equal an XL. So it will equal a staccato XL. Staccato XL is 5.4, and this one will be 5.3. So you have to plan accordingly for your holsters and things like that. So it is a little different. It's going to be a long boy. I don't mind long boys. Hell, I carried a 5-inch 1911 before, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, Rodema, I do not have the 502. I haven't even heard anything else about it, and I still haven't seen one in a store. So from looking at it more in depth, a lot of people have said that it's kind of like an airsoft, and they didn't really like the build quality, but I wanted to see it for myself. I'm still interested in it, but I don't know. So really got to put my hands on it, feel it, touch it, all that good stuff before I can really form an opinion. If I decided to get it, I'll grab one because they're not that expensive. But if not, I might pass. So we'll see. But I appreciate everyone so much. Y'all have a great night. Be safe out there. And remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Take care, everyone.